Sit down, shut your mouths,
and watch The Gift of Gabe. Yo, party peeps, what is up? It's your boy, the best gabber in the biz. The last Dynamite before next week's Grand Slam is officially in the books, and a lot of stuff went down. So, let's gab about it. First things first, let's talk about Jon Moxley. Dude, once again, is just so good at what he is doing right now with this current character and like where it is going. We are still in the infancy beginning stages, but we like what we see, and it's going really good. Because he's really providing a lot of like realism. Like he said it from the get-go, this company has changed. You know, like we have gone like to the wayside. Like it's time to do like the hard thing, and that's really look in the mirror so that we can change this company for the better. And he even went straight at Private Party and was like, guys, it's specifically Zay's like, dude, you have literally been like there, like you and Quinn have been here since day one. And in the 5 years that you have been here, you are in the exact same spot that you were in 5 years ago. You had that peak moment of beating the Young Bucks in the tag title tournament, shocking the world, having us all losing our minds like, oh my God, this is crazy. I remember that. I sat right here, watched it on my TV, and we're all like, dude, this is wild. These guys are going to probably be like tag team champions, like the second or third ones. Never happened. Stuff like injuries, whatever, because each of them kind of like did get really injured for, especially Quinn, for a long period of time, and it really destroyed like a lot of the momentum they ended up getting. But at the end of the day, Mox was right, and I love that he's providing that realism. Now, for a second, it looked like there is still an open challenge for the Trios Championships. Wheeler Yuta will do that, though. I am convinced he probably will screw them, and this will lead to him leaving the BCC to side with Bryan. But it was looking like Private Party and Commander, and I'm like, dude, there's no way. It's got to be a team that we could see beating them. Like, even if you still like, it's like, nah, F you, like, during the match, it says, I'm walking out. It's got to be still believable. So, that shit ain't happening now. Definitely, there's no way, because Mox literally took a hammer, bam, right on Zay's hand, and, again, there's just no way that match is going to happen. So, we'll see who the match ends up being, and then, Darby was kind of late, came out to end up saving the day. And to be perfectly honest, I now think Mox is going to be beating Darby next week. One, this new character, it's got momentum. If you have Mox lose this first match since like having this character, it's kind of going to deflate it a bit. And I think Darby is the long-term story, and that's some people have been saying, like, Mox says, dude, you're not ready, beats him, goes on, beats Danielson, retires him, which is crazy that he'll be 3-0 versus Danielson, like, here in AEW. But technically, Danielson had always beaten him, like, on the independents all the way until we got to AEW, and that was the story of their first match. Like, Mox had never beaten Danielson. So, in a way, maybe it's kind of poetic. And then, I honestly think they're just going to have Mox win. And then Yuta is built up already. They're starting it. They're sprinkling season. He's doing good. Build him up as, rightfully so, one of the stars for the next 10 years. And, like, we do Yuta versus Moxley, main event of, like, Full Gear, AEW World Championship. They steal the show like they did in one of the all-time great Rampage matches back in 2022. They kill it. And by the end of the match, you're just, like, chance of Yuta, like, in that sold-out Prudential Center. And you're just like, dude, Yuta, even more than 2 years ago when they did this with him versus Mox, he is made. And it just continues the momentum for why he will be one of the top guys for like the next 10 years. Because, he was under the learning tree of the best in the business, like Claudio, Mox, and Danielson. And they're going to start showing it throughout this feud. And I think Darby then ultimately is the one that dethrones Moxley, like maybe Grand Slam Australia or something like that. And then like that's how Darby wins the World Championship. Well, I won't go too far after that because Christian Cage still has that contract. But I'll just say I think Darby is losing next week, and to prove Mox right, and I think that's how Mox becomes the new world champion. And in the long game, we make Wheeler Yuta an absolute effing star of the future, even more than we did before. And then Darby is the one that puts it all to bed and finally beats Moxley down the line. I could be 1,000% wrong, but I just really see how this is going, and we got 7 more days until we get to find out what will happen when Moxley and Darby battle it out at Grand Slam.
Holy shit.
Guys, Ricochet versus Mortos was absolutely awesome. My God, like first Kyle Fletcher, then Sammy Guevara, then the Beast Mortos. Dude, we still got so many more great matches and feuds that we will get after Ricochet versus Ospreay. Because, oh yeah, that has been made official in 2 weeks on the Dynamite Grand Slam. Dynamite 5-year anniversary show. It is going to be awesome. So let's just address a couple points here. One, well, Ricochet was only hired for this match. After this, he's going to be the relegated to the trios division. He's going to do nothing. Like, dude, they literally have had him have three boss-ass matches to get to this freaking match. So there's plenty of opponents and feuds for him to possibly do. Just matches I could think of. Oh, how about like Hologram or freaking Pac or like, god dang it, like literally like anybody. Literally pick a name out of a super long list of the guys that can freaking go in this company. Takeshita. Literally beat the shit out of the entire Don Callis family. Adam Cole. Those are some feuds that he can literally run back to from like NXT. Like I said, Adam Cole. There's no shortage of feuds. And Ricochet is literally a copy and paste of Ospreay's run here in AEW. Literally, just watch. Number two, people, it's not everybody, but just like with how they did MJF Ospreay on free TV, they're like, why is this match going on free TV? This makes no sense. Same people. We want the Attitude Era back. Yeah, those were the best times. Dude, you would literally get like Triple H and The Undertaker like battling it out on an episode of Raw or SmackDown, or like a big six-man of like Austin and Rock teaming up against like Triple H and Rikishi and like each by their sides, like Undertaker and Kane, or like Rock and Jericho versus like so-and-so. Like, dude, you got that every week on Raw and SmackDown. Every week. Pay-per-view level freaking shows and main events. And nobody complained. We didn't have the internet back then, but none of y'all that were alive freaking seemed like you were complaining. So why do you complain now? It's because only WWE can do that. But when AEW does that, and they've literally done that since the reception, pay-per-view level matchups, but hey, problem. And we've literally had great anniversary shows in the past. I was at 2021's. That was like probably their best one. They're probably going to try to top it this year. And then what's the issue? We're building up the freaking Dynamite 5-year anniversary when we've had like Dynamite anniversary shows like 2022, 2023 that were kind of like, it's all right. And we got shit for being like, these weren't that good. So now when we try to make it that good, it's a problem? Like, what? And then to the people who are like, hey, well, this match makes no sense. He just got 3 wins and this match has no story. That's why WWE will always be superior. Dude, it's literally not that complicated. Why does every story have to be like this and this and this and this and this? Well, because that's what makes WWE. Dude, they do stories like this too. Yo, bro, go rack up some wins and then you can fight me for this championship. Enough said. But again, only WWE can do that and AEW can't. Like, stop being dumb. It's like legit stupid. I can't wait for Ricochet versus Ospreay. I do think Ospreay is going to retain, and I will get to that in this next, few minutes. But dude, this is the match we have all been waiting for. And for all you haters, you're just gonna have to cope like with all the rest of AEW success that'll happen for years and years and years and years. Because Ricochet, like AEW, isn't going anywhere and is going to massively succeed post this Ospreay match that we've all been waiting for. So just suck it. Okay, guys, I talked about Ospreay beating Ricochet for the International Championship on the Dynamite 5-year anniversary show. Why do I say that? Because of the tensions that continue to build between Konosuke Takeshita and Will Ospreay. They have teased 2 matches for Takeshita for the remainder of this year. Ospreay and Okada. Both of those matches are going to happen. Now, I personally think they are going to end up doing Takeshita versus Ospreay Part 2 at Wrestle Dream, where Takeshita becomes the new international champion, which is great on so many levels, because I've said it before. 1, they get to run back the match from Revolution. That was literally an instant classic. I want to see if they can top it. Even if they can't and it's on the same level. Dude, let's effing go. 2, it gives Takeshita the international championship, a rightfully deserved championship win. The huge push, because this dude is the freaking future. So let's effing go. And then, obviously, I think then we will, at some point before this year is done, get the match Takeshita versus Okada. probably, I think, in the C2. I don't think it'll be like some people are like, oh, maybe it happens in the finals. Nah, I think they just do it. They're in each other's blocks, and they'll wait till maybe closer to the end of the tournament. Maybe like kind of like how they did like Mox and Swerve right at the end or closer to the end last year. Like they'll organize it to where like by the time they're fighting each other, it's basically for a spot in the semifinals where we get Takeshita versus Okada for the very first time. But both of those matches are going to be happening this year, and I guarantee you, I've said it before and I will say it again because you can see the writing on the wall. Takeshita will become a champion before 2024 is over, and we'll walk into 2025. Happy freaking New Year, Takeshita, as a champion. I predict the International Championship in literally like less than a month. Because bro's the alpha, and Ospreay may be on another level, bro. But dude, an assassin can only do so much to try. But sometimes you just can't kill an alpha. Okay, you guys, that is Dynamite. We are done. Ski, put it in the rearview mirror. We are done. Dynamite Grand Slam is next week. It is going to be awesome. We'll most likely have the Mariah May Championship celebration with Mina. She's coming back, gracing us with her presence. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. Darby versus Mox. AEW World Title shot at Wrestle Dream on the line. Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson for the first time in freaking 15 years. Roddy versus Hook for the FTW Championship, and then an open challenge for the trios titles for, you know, what is left of the BCC. But before we get to that awesome freaking night of history, we got SmackDown this Friday. We are going to continue to build two Bad Blood, Cody and Roman. How are they going to coexist after their two epic legendary matches at WrestleMania 39 and 40, which therefore, when they team up against this Timu Bloodline, or should I say Timu Tribal Chief, and the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, at Bad Blood. And we also got LA Knight, defending the United States Championship against Andrade. So, man, you guys are not going to want to miss any of these shows going down, and you're certainly not going to want to miss what your boy, the best Gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. You never know. This Friday, for Naomi or Bayley, it's their last night on SmackDown before they got to get the F out if they lose. So, guys, keep doing what you're doing. Keep on liking, and damn sure keep on subscribing. And most importantly, keep on remembering that when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe right here. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed Dynamite tonight. It was dope, but we got to move on to the awesomeness that will be SmackDown this Friday as we get ever closer to Bad Blood. So, maybe this week Jimmy will return. Who knows? But until then, deuces, and I will see you guys after SmackDown this Friday.